Hey guys, this is Ramella with TNR Games, making part 1 for my Dragon Age walkthrough. I just made a female elf character, dual-wielding rogue, normal difficulty. I imported my own save data from Dragon Age Keep, which allows you to choose what events happened in the first two, or import what you did in the first two if you played them. So this is the intro cutscene, where your character's in the Fade, climbing up to a glowing figure, and as you can see, giant spiders start chasing you down. And I mean, if I was her, I'd be running a little bit faster if giant spiders are chasing me. Pass out on the floor. So you escape the Fade with the help of the glowing figure. No giant spiders, but you pass out once you leave. You get captured. Cassandra and Liliana, my two favorite characters in the game. Liliana more because of Dragon Age Origins, not this one. Cassandra because of this.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed.
She's very blunt.
Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
Lucky me. So I'm gonna make my character kind of mean.
Explain this.
Bad A.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra. Whatever you think I did, I'm innocent.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman?
A woman?
She
Yes, a woman.
reached out to me, but then
Go to
Then
the
I woke
forward
up
camp,
here.
Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
what did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
Now she's being all nice. I love the visuals in this game. Everything looks so beautiful. Especially that snow when you're in California in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the summer.
It's a massive rift
Snow
into the world
looks
of demons
really
that
inviting
grows larger with
in
each
any
passing
form.
hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
Giant hole in the sky.
Explosion can do that?
Generally
This
a hole to
one
hell.
Unless we
Just
act,
in the sky.
the breach may grow until it swallows the world.
Kind of like Batman vs Superman. The devil does not come from hell below us, but the skies
Each
above
time the
us.
breach expands,
I think that's how it went.
your mark spreads,
Lex Luthor.
and it is killing
Batman
you.
vs Superman.
It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
I think that was a better movie than most people let on.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is. And you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
So I don't really have a choice about this.
None
She
of us has a
disapproved.
choice.
So the game has a approval and disapproval system for each character that you can have in your party. It allows you to create friendships or enemies with the
They
people
have
in your party,
decided
which
your
will
fate.
change how they
need it.
interact with you later on in
The
the game.
people of Haven mourn our most holy
Obviously, if you make
divine
friends, they'll be more
Justinian,
open
head
to
of the
you
Chantry.
and
The conclave was
accept your
hers.
choices more.
It was
and,
a chance for peace between mages and
um,
Templars.
You may get some benefits from it.
She brought
For your
their
enemy,
leaders
they'll
together.
obviously
Now
argue
they are
with you
dead.
more. They won't agree with you, and if they
We
disagree
lash
even the
out
slightest
like
about your
sky,
choice, then they will
but we must
voice their
think
opinion
beyond
very
ourselves,
loudly.
as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Okay, so now the first level, the
Your
tutorial
mark
level
must be
officially
tested on something
begins.
smaller than the
Now RS to control the camera, LS to move. Basic. I always like that. I don't know a game that doesn't do it like that. But I don't know a role-playing
Open
game
the
that
gate.
doesn't do it like that.
We are heading into the valley.
Press map from the hero menu by pressing the back button, the menu button. Let's see the map. Very small. Okay. Michael! It's the end of the world! God, it's That's really close. I don't even know what to call that. It looks like it would be plasma, but I think they're actually demons falling from the sky. Anyways. See, she's being all nice now. She just threatened to kill me,
The pulses are
and
coming
now
faster now.
she's trying to help me out.
The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons.
I hate to jump.
How did I survive the blast?
You can't double
They
jump,
said you
so no.
stepped out of a
No
rift,
jump, double jumps,
then
please.
fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift. No one.
God. We're gonna feel that in the morning. Especially me. At least songs like this are completely unprotected. See? It's falling from the sky. Maybe he wants to be
Stay behind
friends.
me.
Anybody think you want to be friends? Cassandra doesn't care. She doesn't want to be friends. I don't think he wants to be friends either. Attacking's pretty basic. Right trigger to attack, hold it to attack continuously. Or tap
It's
it
over.
multiple times.
Drop your weapon. Now!
What was I supposed to do? This girl is crazy.
A demon attacked me. What was I supposed to do?
You
You
don't,
don't need to fight.
Are you saying it won't happen again?
You're right.
Damn right, I'm right.
I cannot protect you. And I cannot expect you to be defenseless.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
should remember you did not attempt to run.
You're right, I did not. The combat wheel, use the potions.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Where?
Scout helmets. Let's put that on.
Your soldiers.
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now. there! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Go stealth. Increases my movement speed and bam. So I've never played as like a rogue, I don't think. Not in this game. So I will be experiencing new abilities, new way to play. I usually play as a warrior mage. If I play as a warrior, it's two-handed. If I play as a mage, I try to be a battle mage, you know, the one that makes the giant glowing sword, like Vivian, the pretentious mage. B-Wood. I don't know if I'm out to custom game, so that's what I'm
Up on
say.
the hill. It attacks from a distance.
That was close. See, those things are annoying. They're really weak. They usually be killed in one hit by most things, but the second they're about to die, they activate a barrier usually, and it lets them live for like 2 more seconds. And so they're not really much of a bother if there's just one of them, but usually like 5 or 6 of them come out of the rifts at once, and they're all shooting these glowing green things, and there's usually a more powerful up close and personal demon fighting you at the same time. That does a lot of damage too. So you're stuck wondering
They're falling from the bridge.
what you should kill. See, there's that barrier. Easy enough. Over here there is, oh no, not over here, up there. What's up there? Iron. Iron is used for multiple things, along with elf food that I picked up earlier. Elf food is used for potions and some requisitions, which requisitions is what you use to build things or upgrade your fortress later on when you unlock that. Metal ore is used to create weapons and armor, or to upgrade your fortress or requisitions like weapons for your army later on in the game. I don't think it's used for much else. Used to make upgrades for your weapons. It's good to try to get as much as possible early on in the game. It gives you an advantage later on because you can do a lot of the requisitions or upgrade your potions earlier than usual. I think in my first playthrough I didn't pick up any of it, except like once, like every 5 times I saw it. And so I never even upgraded my potions. It didn't stop me. It didn't slow me down much, but it would have. It's like it's a benefit to have you upgraded potions. Although I did not finish the game. I have not finished this game yet. Because I started on the 360 and then I got this Xbox One and started over. And then one of the bugs was crest. One of the crests was bugged. And so I had to start over again because I didn't have I didn't have the save data from before I started that quest.
Quickly! Before more come through!
There's Vic. And Solace. Solace is pretty cool. Great walking elf.
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
You mean this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I
Good to know.
theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass-deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Are you at the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner.
Solos with his
I
sense of humor.
brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
His story
Yes,
is the
here I
Dragon
am.
Age 2
Lucky for
story.
you.
The story of the champion of Cuckwall.
So I closed the rift. What now?
Now we go to meet Leliana.
What a great idea.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
My name is Solus.
Cassandra doesn't like
Rather
Varric
be
very
introductions.
much.
I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Solus is an apostate. Well versed.
Technically, my travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade. Far beyond the experience
Sorry,
of
didn't
any
mean to skip
circle
those.
mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
And what will you do once this is over?
One hopes those in power will remember who helped, and who did not. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is no mage. Indeed, I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
Bianca is his crossbow, unique. He found it after taking over a pirate ship, I think it was.
We must move quickly.
It was in a locked chest, dragon bone reinforced. I think he said he broke 3 dozen lockpicks and went through 5 saws trying to get to it. Obviously, it was worth it. Crossbow is amazing. You can only be used by Varric, only weapon Varric can use. I think. No, I think you can equip Varric with other weapons, but it's kind of productive.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
Varric with his sarcastic sense of humor. This is the tactical camera used to control the battlefield. Tell your other party members what to do. Like right now, I'm going to tell my 2 long-range people to attack the 2 long-range things, while me and Cassandra attack these metal demons. Oh, I think this is I tend to only use that when fighting demons or when fighting large groups of enemies, because usually there's like 2 or 3 archers, long range fighters, and 2 or 3 soldiers, like usually one's very heavily armored. So I use it so that my long range people will take out the long range people and not kill me. Bow and arrows are the bane of my existence in almost any game, as long as I'm a melee fighter. If I'm a long range fighter, there's not so much of a problem. But most games I tend to play the tank, so long range people tend to take me down. Especially in this game. In this game they do a lot of damage. There's not much you can do about it if you're up close. Except tell your mage and archer to take them out. up here is an area that you don't have to go to. I just go up here because you get a cold amulet and get the active demons. By default, your party members will always attack the same enemy you are. The demon just went into the wall and came out. I don't know if they're allowed to do that, but if that's just like a glitch in the game, because I've never seen it happen before. But whatever. So yeah, this is what I came over here for. Other weapon. It's the Life Ward Amulet. When you drop below a certain percentage of health, it automatically heals you for a certain amount. I think that one is 50, which isn't much, but eventually the game becomes a lot harder than anything else.
Clearly away from the rest of your clan. Did they send you here?
What do you know of the Dalish?
I have wandered many roads.
I think I'm gonna be nice to
crossed paths with your
Solus,
people on more than one occasion.
since he's a former elf.
What do you mean by cross paths?
I mean that I
What
often
do you mean
share
by
knowledge,
crossed
only to
paths?
be attacked for no greater reason than their superstition.
Can't you elves just play nice for once?
Oh, there's also this building over here, which I tend to miss most of the time. There's not much in here, just a little crate, a sack, and some gold. Alright, so this is about the halfway point of this tutorial. We'll go to a bridge, talk to Liliana, and this
Are you innocent?
preacher,
I don't remember.
this whatever his name is,
That'll get you every time.
and he'll want me in jail,
That's
obviously.
what you would have.
Or executed, not in jail.
And less prone to result in
And then we'll go towards the big rift, and then we'll fight a boss, and then this level will be over. See, this is an example of a good time to use this. You know, have your long range people attack the wraiths. Have your tank take out the strongest one, and you and me personally will go take out the weaker demon. If I don't miss. These beginning fights are a lot easier. These demons are a lot easier than what they eventually become later on in the game. Obviously, this is the tutorial. They don't want to like overwhelm you with difficulty.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
I'll try my best not to die later on in the game, but I'm sure
Another rift!
that'll happen once or twice, especially fighting envy demons. There's these demons that fly around and shoot cold at you. Oh, the other wraith is dead. I always miss that. Anyway, the envy demons, I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. No, the envy demons are the long, skinny, ugly ones. I think the cold ones are pride demons. They do a lot of damage, and your melee people can't do much, because the second you get close, you get off 1 or 2 hits, she'll like fly away, fly backwards. So you kind of have to rely on your ranged people, and the strongest staffs you get in the beginning of the game tend to be ice staffs. So having ice staffs against somebody who uses ice attacks obviously isn't very good. They have high ice resistance.
Rift is gone. Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We're clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
We must prepare the soldiers.
Here's Liliana and
Here they come.
the preacher, the priest,
You
or
made
whatever.
it.
Chancellor.
Roderick,
He's the Chancellor.
This is-
That's what
I
it
know
is.
who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug.
I told you
a
you'd
thug
want
who
me
supposedly
executed.
serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead. We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the
He has so
temple.
much faith
it's
in
the
us.
quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you want my opinion?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark.
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
Use the mountain.
I usually don't take the mountain path
Work together. You all know what's at stake.
because
Liliana,
I always
bring
assumed
everyone
that
left in the
more
valley.
people would die if I take
Everyone.
the mountain path.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
It is a little different. There's a little less enemies on the mountain path, obviously. But it's not as fast. If you charge the soldiers, you have to fight a couple big groups of demons, but you get there after 1 or 2 fights. And you get to meet Cullen, the commander of the Inquisition army, when the Inquisition gets started up. This way, you only have to fight 2 small groups of demons and close a rift. And you get a lot of resources, like iron and some cloth. What I keep doing that highlights these objects is a search tool that they put in the game, so that the players can see where
The path to the temple
loot
lies
is.
just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is
press down the left stick,
Part
and
of
it
an
brings out this
outlining
pulse from your
complex.
body,
These mountains
like
are
such,
full of
such. And it'll highlight any loot, like anything you can interact with, including loot, ladders,
We shall
doors,
see soon
fast
enough.
travel stations, tents, requisition tables, potion tables, anything really. Plus set of demons are in here. See, there's that barrier. We're inside. I think we're inside that Temple of Sacred Ashes, which was a place that you can go in Dragon Age Origins and fight a dragon. There used to be a cult that stayed in the town called Haven that worshipped this dragon. They believed her to the dragon to be the second coming of Andraste, which is like the Dragon Age's religion, the Dragon Age's form of Jesus Christ, the Maker being God. Andraste was his prophet, just as Jesus Christ was God's prophet. Me telling you this is not proponent Christianity. I am not a diehard Christian. Don't really know what I am, to be honest. I hope that doesn't make me lose followers, but I'm just being honest. In this game, most people believe in the Maker, follow the Chant of Light, which is the Bible. I think the Bible, the equivalent, Dragon Age is equivalent to the Bible. The elves have their own gods. They have the elven gods. So later on in the game, people refer to my character as the Herald of Andraste. They believe that that glowing lady inside the rift, back in the beginning of the game, was Andraste herself, and that she sent me here to help close the breach, save the world, basically. But being an elf who doesn't believe in the Maker, it causes a lot of controversy. And it's a decision that your character as an elf has to make, whether or not you want to believe in the Maker or not. You can believe in the Maker, or you can believe in the elven gods. If you choose to not believe you're the Herald of Andraste, you get a little less approval from the Chantry, who
We found the soldiers.
basically it's the only thing in this world that unites all the countries on the continent.
Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our elven friend here.
And Cassandra and Liliana, they both were very high up rank in the Chantry. They were the right and left hands, respectively, of the Divine Justinia, who is like the High Priestess, basically the Dragon Age equivalent to the Pope. It's always a female, so that's the difference. But she basically, anything she says, the Chantry does. These are Pride Demons, or Terror Demons, never mind. The Pride Demons look exactly like these things though. You fight one, or the Envy Demons. You fight one later on in the quest. But yeah, if you choose to not believe in the Maker, you tend to get the world. Cassandra and Liliana both disapprove, but Solus tends to approve if you believe in the elven gods.
You are becoming quite proficient at this.
If you stick with your elven
Let's hope
roots.
it works on the big one.
While Sarah, another elf in the game, who's an archer, doesn't like other elves.
I don't
It's
think we
weird.
could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. She insisted.
This is
we
the
come
group
this
that
way.
we had. They said that we had lost contact with, who actually die if you don't go on this route. And I don't think anybody dies if you anybody down on the main route dies.
We
But
have to
actually,
get to the
this
breach,
tends to be the
and
most
quickly.
best choice, even though at the beginning it seems like the
The
morally
way into the
ambiguous
valley
choice.
behind us is clear for the moment. Go while you still can.
At once.
Quickly, let's move!
So there's like one more major
Path
fight
ahead
before we
appears to be
fight
clear
the
of
main
demons as
boss
well.
and finish this
Let's
quest.
hurry before that changes.
The main boss is a Pride Demon, not an Envy
Down the
Demon.
ladder.
Pride
That's
Demons
the
are
way to the
big,
temple.
ogre-looking things. They have electric attacks. They have a high electric resistance. Very high damaging electric AoE attacks that you'll see in a second.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
So now we're coming up on the Conclave, or where the Conclave was held. The Conclave
Temple of Sacred
was
Ashes.
What's left of it.
Oh, we were not in the Temple of Sacred
Where you
Ashes.
walked out of
But
the faith,
Conclave
and our
was
soldiers found you.
the Divine's
They say
attempt
a
to
woman
create
was
peace
in the
between the
woods
Mages and
behind you.
Templars
No one knows who she was.
because they're currently at war. The Mages felt that they didn't deserve to be locked up in a circle just because they were born with abilities to control magic. Born with lyrium in the blood, which lyrium is this rock that grows in the ground that allows people to control magic. Templars use it to be able to use magic to suppress magic, while mages use it to access their magical abilities. Dwarves can't do it. Dwarves have full immunity to lyrium after mining it for so long. All the red stuff around, you'll see along red, it's red lyrium, which is more powerful than regular lyrium, which is blue. But it causes most people who touch it to go insane.
You're here.
Which if you play Dragon Age 2, you have seen as Varric's brother went insane.
Take up positions around the temple.
And so anything that has to do with red lyrium, Varric usually has a big opinion on it, as you'll see here soon.
This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Thanks, Cassandra. Let's see, coming up on... That would be the main antagonist of this game.
What are we hearing?
I won't tell you any details about him. I'll keep that a secret until he reveals himself. This stuff right here is red lyrium.
know this stuff is red
There's
lyrium.
Varric talking about it.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
He's very cautious when it comes to red lyrium, obviously.
Corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Sacrifices the divine Justinia.
That?
What's going on here?
And that would be me. My character.
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but
She's smart sometimes.
What's going on here?
Run when you can! Want them!
We have an intruder. Slay the elf.
you were there. Who attacked?
So the main
And the
antagonist
divine is
has been
Was this vision
met
true?
before in a previous
What are
game.
we seeing?
If you've
I
played
don't
the
remember.
DLC for Dragon Age 2, I think you've met him.
Echoes
So I'm
of
not going
what
to tell you
happened.
exactly who he is, but
Fate
that's the only hint I'll give you. If you
This
guys
rift
don't
is
know
not
and
sealed,
you wonder.
but it is closed.
I mean, you could
Albeit
always look it
temporary.
up. Not that
I
hard to
believe
find.
that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then
I was
sealed properly and
surprised
safely.
when
However,
he revealed
opening
himself,
the rift will likely
and I
attract
learned who he
attention from
actually
the other
was.
side.
That means demons.
Because I played this game back when it first
Stand
came out. And that would be the fire demon.
Now!
Electricity surging through his body is doing like no damage. He has a huge amount of armor, as you're about to see here soon. The way to get rid of that, you just disrupt the rift, which you can do with any rift.
Where
It usually stuns the monsters and takes away a little bit of their health.
No.
See how he's stunned and his armor went away. So you have to do that every time the armor comes back, which I did not know the first time I did this. If you don't, it makes the fight a lot harder, but not impossible. And yeah, as you can see the huge amount of lightning damage. Solus is about to die, so I'm gonna move them back a little bit. Eventually in this fight, he'll gain his armor back, and usually when that happens, a couple of shade demons come out. Which shades are the melee demons that we've been fighting so far. Those things. I think they're called shades. Let's see. That's the shades, yeah. So you want to kill these things first. You always kill the add-ons. Any RPG, you always have to kill the add-ons first. Because they'll pile up and do a lot of damage eventually. On top of that, his armor's back, so you got to disrupt the rift again. I think Varric ended up moving closer. With a dual-wielding rogue, if you use stealth before anything, it usually guarantees a critical hit and does a little bit more damage. Stealth also increases your movement speed, and it obviously makes enemies not able to see you. So if you have a bunch of aggro on you, which aggro causes enemies to come and attack you, you just use stealth and it basically takes away all the aggro. It might come back on if you attack one and do like most of its health with one hit, but for the most part, you get most of the enemies off. Oh, the shade demon's back. Disrupt the rift. That shade demon is attacking Liliana, so I need to go kill it. Nobody's allowed to attack Liliana. Fire demon's almost dead. You can lock in to enemies with the right stick. I tend not to do that because it kind of makes the camera out of control, as you can see. So I tend to just keep it focused with my right stick. Almost dead. Just a couple more hits. There we go. Get your first major boss.
Do it!
Now, the attempt to seal the giant rift in the sky, the hole to hell. Or the hole to the heavens. The fade is where, the rift is an opening in the fade, which the fade is where everybody goes when they dream or after they die. So it's full of spirits. Spirits eventually turn into demons if they get corrupted. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you have like wisdom spirits and you have wisdom and I don't know, other good virtues. I can't think of any other ones right now. And those usually are spirits. But that was the end of the tutorial, and the next thing starts the beginning of the actual game. So that's gonna be the end of the video for right now. If you guys want more, there'll be another video up within the week at least. And you know, if you like the video, subscribe, and I will be making more games too. Hoping to do Fallout 4. I'll do Final Fantasy when that comes out, Mass Effect when that comes out. Like the video if you liked it, and I will talk to you guys later.